What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, Joey Garcia, and today we are going to start our big time 7 round mock draft series. So it is draft week. Very excited. Unfortunately, I had some other stuff that I was trying to set up to make this draft week more exciting, but sadly, those plans fell through. So we're just going to go back to basics where we do day one of draft night simulated today, Monday. Day two of draft night simulated on Tuesday, which will be round 2 and 3. And then, of course, day three, rounds 4 through 7 on Wednesday, leading all the way up to, of course, Thursday. We're actually going to do the actual draft. So let's go ahead and get started. So we try not to keep this video too long. We will start, and we will do some trades on this. The first one, obviously, I don't think Chicago's trading out. I think they're taking Caleb Williams. We'll go ahead and put them on the board there, locked in. Washington, I also don't think they're trading out. Keep hearing a lot of stuff about Jaden Daniels. I don't know. I think it's a smokescreen. I don't know why. I feel like it's a smokescreen. I'm gonna go Drake May. I know a lot of people might hate me for that, but I'm gonna go with Drake May over Jaden Daniels. So I guess the first round we'll do kind of a predictive mock draft, and as we go on, it'll be predictive, but maybe I'll throw in my own stuff as well. So they keep saying that this pick is up for grabs. I don't see it. I really don't. But I also, you might see Jaden Daniels fall. I think that they're between Drake May and JJ McCarthy, and so if Drake May's gone, I have Jaden Daniels ranked over JJ McCarthy. I do, but I don't know, something to do with they got Jacoby Brissett in there, so I think they're gonna let whoever's they pick here at quarterback sit for a year. I think JJ McCarthy sitting for a year is ideal. Jaden Daniels, I don't think he really needs to sit. I also think his offense isn't the same as the kind of offense that you'd use for Jacoby Brissett. So I'm going to go JJ McCarthy, which is crazy. So now we got teams probably calling up to the number 4 spot saying, hey, can I come up, get the quarterback? I can't believe Jaden Daniels is still sitting there. And I think Arizona loves to do, they love the value. Last year, you saw them trade back and then trade up to get the guys that they wanted. I don't know. I think they're gonna stick with Marv, but I could see a spot where, I wouldn't be surprised if they traded a 6, and then they just take the number 2 wide receiver, because I'm sure they might take a wide receiver if Marv's still there. I could see them trading down to any of these 3 teams, even though there's not really that many picks that they have, other than, of course, the Vikings. I'm still going to take Marvin Harrison here. I think there's a very big possibility they trade out. I'm still going to do it. I think we're going to do a trade here. This is where we'll do the trade. Marv's not there. You got Malik Neighbors and Rome Odunze still. You still have Joe Alt. That's nice. I'm going to trade back, have someone come up and jump the Giants, unless the Giants want to go ahead and give us some stuff. Let's go with the Vikings. Have the Vikings trade up. So it doesn't really matter. Obviously, that's the basis of the pick, is going to be the 11-23. They don't have a second round, so it'll probably be 11-23 and 1, and then maybe they get back. I don't know. They'll get back a 4. Sure, we'll let them get back a 3. How about that? We're going to force the pick, because this is what I think this could happen. It'd be something like this. The future picks I don't really care about, but it'd be something to this effect. They're going to trade up. They're going to take their quarterback. And again, I don't think Sam Darnold being in the way of Jaden Daniels. I don't think that I don't think it's an issue. I don't think the offense is going to be too different. I think he'll be fine. And I think they'll just put some wrinkles into his game. Okay, now we got the Giants on the clock. Do you take Joe Alt? Do you take one of these wide receivers? Do you trade back? I don't really see them trading back at this point. I know they probably really wanted to get a quarterback. So they'll probably get someone in the second round. Let's go with a wide receiver. I like Rome Odunze more, but I could see them liking Malik Neighbors. Just someone that can really open up the game. Darren Waller is also retiring. Maybe they go after a Brock Bowers. We'll go with Malik Neighbors. Let's kind of keep it semi chalk here. Right. Again, you can go after a stud wide receiver or go and get your tackle. I'm gonna take my tackle. I'll take Joe Alt. I think he's a top 3. I think I have him ranked as my number 2 overall prospect, but he's a top 3 prospect in this draft. So you got to go ahead and take that value. This is where it could get interesting right here with the Atlanta Falcons. I always talk about everyone screaming Dallas Turner, and I kept picking Dallas Turner there because I do like his explosiveness and everything for that defense. But what if we go different here? What if I'm not gonna go Cooper DeJean? What if it's Quinyon Mitchell? What if it is Cooper DeJean, someone versatile? What if it's a different defensive end? I'm going to go with defensive tackle. I love Johnny Newton, but I think I'm going to go with Byron Murphy. I think he's the first defensive player taken. I'm going to give them Byron Murphy. And let's see how it mixes up the whole board. I haven't done a mock draft where I had Byron Murphy go this high. So, all right. Again, you could go after another one of these pass rushers here, but I love the stack of, okay, Caleb Williams is our guy. We fixed the offensive line a little bit. We got him Keenan Allen. He still has DJ Moore. What if we get him Rome Odunze as well? What if we get him Brock Bowers? I would love Rome Odunze because you got Keenan Allen for 2 years. And then Rome Odunze, his play style is very similar to Keenan Allen. He could maybe just jump in there and become, just get in there. But you got Cole Kmet. Could you do Brock Bowers? He's not going to play inline anyways. I'm still going to go shoot. You could always trade back. Who's wanting to come up? It doesn't really make sense for the Chargers to come back up. Teams that want to come up. Colts want to come up probably for Brock Bowers. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna take. Let's take Rome Odunze. I like Brock Bowers. I think there's a chance he falls a little bit, though, which is crazy because Sam Laporta looked really good last year. Dalton Kincaid looked really good last year. All these number 1 tight ends have proven that the tight end market, sure, it's a devalued position, but if you get a stud tight end, it's going to win you games. All right, the Giants are here. Maybe they take Brock Bowers because I think they want to either get another weapon for Aaron Rodgers or someone to protect him. So you can go ahead and get one of these tackles, which if it's me, I keep hearing a lot about Troy Fautanu. I like Olu in this spot, but Fautanu can play inside to start, and then whenever Tyron Smith goes down, then he can kick out. I kind of like that plan because, there's really no weapon here other than Brock Bowers. So I'm really between Brock Bowers and Troy Fautanu. And if I'm the GM, I'm taking an offensive lineman, especially because you had Aaron Rodgers for 4 plays last year. You don't want that to happen again. I'm taking Troy Fautanu. All right. So you are the Chargers. You traded back. Could have gotten a stud tackle with Joe Alt. Instead, you trade back and pick up some picks. And with this pick, you can get a receiver. You can get Brock Bowers. The Michigan man, though, I think he's going to want to run the ball. And if you get Fuaga here, or Fuanga, that's awesome. You've got Rashawn Slater at left. You've got Fuanga at right. That's nice. I like Olu, but they got... Do they have Slater at left or right? Yeah, and then Elijah Vera Tucker is nope, that's the wrong team. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Talisi here, a stud in the run game. They just got J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards over there to run the freaking ball, so I like that. Denver, again, they really want a quarterback. I think they sit here and take a quarterback. I really do. I don't think they trade up for one. I think they're comfortable with one of these second tier quarterbacks. Maybe they don't take it here. Maybe they trade back. There's a possibility because what picks do they have? Right? They've got 76. Yeah. So I think this is a trade back spot if someone wants to come trade up to get, Brock Bowers or one of these corners. I could see that. I could see Denver doing a lot of things, to be honest with you. I could see them getting a quarterback here, getting the fifth quarterback right here. I could see them getting an edge rusher like a Latu, a Jared Verse, a Dallas Turner hasn't been taken yet. Or I can see them getting one of these corners. I don't see them getting a wide receiver yet. I don't see them getting any other positions. I think it's a big trade back spot. I think this is a spot to trade back. I just don't have conviction enough for anyone wanting to trade up to get a Brock Bowers. I don't. I'd see maybe Indianapolis, but who are they jumping for Brock? I think they're going to sit. I don't even know if they want him. Obviously, you keep hearing Brock Bowers linked to the Bengals. I am going to sit and pick. I think I'm going to take. I think I will take Quinyon Mitchell here. Thought about one of the defensive ends. I like Quinyon Mitchell. I'm going to take Quinyon Mitchell. All right. So now you could take a quarterback here as well with the Raiders, but they've got a second round pick. I think second round pick or third round pick is going to be their quarterback spot. Again, you got guys like Michael Pratt. You've got Spencer Rattler. We still have Bo Nix and Michael Penix left on the board. So there's a few guys. They can trade up into the back of the first if they really want to get someone. I'm not worried about that. I really want to go with a defensive lineman to go with Max Crosby. You can go Latu versus Johnny Newton. I'm going to say Latu might fall. I'm thinking he's probably gonna fall. But what if you get Dallas Turner, the most explosive defensive lineman in this year's draft, to go up to be on the opposite side of Max Crosby? Dallas Turner needs a little polish, but Max Crosby can teach him some of those ways. I really, really like that. All right. Do we got some tackles available? We still have Olu. If you want to kick Trevor Penning inside, I like Olu here. Can get them a wide receiver, defensive line, really mostly on defense they could really go with. And Jerzon Newton's still there, but I'm gonna take Olu. I don't know. I really, really like Olu Fashanu at left tackle. I think he's a day one starter there. And I know Brock Bowers just keeps falling. I keep hearing Brock Bowers to Indianapolis. I think they've got other needs, but you do have a young quarterback. Maybe they want to go ahead and get him, some more weapons. And sure, Brock Bowers, right now, you're looking at Brock Bowers and Brian Thomas, A.D. Mitchell, Troy Franklin. Brock Bowers is 100% the best weapon you can get at this pick right here, but it's kind of a nice 46. You can probably get a Ricky Pearsall, 80, and again, Ricky Pearsall's teammates with Anthony Richardson. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. Let's fix up this defense, and of course you got Cooper DeJean. I love Cooper DeJean. I think he can play safety. I think he can play outside corner. I think he can play a little bit of that nickel for you. Again, his hips are slightly more stiff than I would want them to be, but I think he can play that nickel. He's also an elite return guy. This is a guy I've got to get in the top 15. Have to. I don't see him falling too much further than this. All right, and then this is where you start thinking, is Graham Barton going to be taken? One of these other edge rushers. I like Jared Verse for their style. So if Cooper DeJean was here, I think I'm probably taking them. Because could you imagine Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen, and Cooper DeJean all in that back end would be very exciting. A very young, exciting defensive backfield for the new age Legion of Boom. But let's see, Johnny Newton is nice here, but Jared Verse, I really can't pass up Jared Verse at this spot. And I know Brock Bowers keeps falling, and I am not trying to get him to fall. I don't know if the Bengals will even take him at this point. I don't know, and I hate having him fall because this is a guy I had as a top 5 player in this class. I did. I had him as a top 5 player. It's so hard to find a guy that really needs it. I mean, Jaguars could take him. I don't think they've got anyone other than Evan Ingram and Gabe Davis they just signed. So no, never mind. The Jaguars cannot take him. I think Jaguars go defense here, and I know I would love to get them an offensive lineman just because I know they've had struggles with the offensive line for a long time, and Trevor Lawrence is kind of getting hit. I think this spot is Graham Barton, maybe Jackson Powers Johnson, but I'm going to say it's Graham Barton, Jackson Powers Johnson, or not Terrion. Maybe Terrion Arnold, but I think they'd probably go more after like a Kool-Aid McKinstry type guy. Or where's Nate Wiggins? I already passed him. Yeah, Nate Wiggins maybe. I think. This is Graham Barton here, man. I think because I have Graham Barton playing inside. I don't really have him playing tackle, but he possibly could play tackle. Kool-Aid. And Terrion Arnold. I don't really think they take an edge rusher here. Let's go with Terrion Arnold. I like him. He's my number 3. So let's take him in order of 1, 2, 3 because that's exactly the order of corners I have, and I think he's more of a zone corner. I'm not too familiar with Jacksonville if they're gonna run more man or zone. I know they have. Did they just got someone on free agency maybe? I don't know. I apologize. I think it's between one of the 2 Alabama corners. Maybe a TJ Tampa sneaks up here, but I don't see it. But I think it's one of the 2 Alabama corners. If Latu's there, maybe Latu or Graham Barton. If you told me it was a Marius Mims or a J.C. Latham, I would think that's kind of crazy. And if you told me it was a Johnny Newton, I would be like, I don't know. So that's my opinion on that. Feel like I'm gonna get hate if I don't do it, so we'll just put Brock Bowers here. Sorry, not even gonna think twice about it. The Rams are on the clock. Do you go after a quarterback to be a Matthew Stafford replacement after maybe 2 years? No, not really, because you got guys that have been in the league for so long. So what, you get a Bo Nix and he sits for 1 year and Matthew Stafford retires? If you think Matthew Stafford retires in 1 year, I would love Bo Nix right here. But I don't really think he's gonna retire in a year. I think he's probably got another 3 in him. And then, but if he plays for 3 years, and you got Bo Nix at 27 years old with 1 year left on his contract, it's one of those things that I don't know. I think they're gonna skip it. Freak, man, but you can't skip Johnny Newton. The only problem is Johnny Newton to replace Aaron Donald. Like that's a lot of pressure for this young man. I do love him a lot though, so I'm gonna pick him there. Again, we could have gotten some tackle help. I really think this tackle class is deep, though. And the defensive line class, not that much, to be honest with you. I don't think it's that deep. Here we can go wide receiver. I would rather go corner. Who was the corner that I picked last time? I really loved it. It was I don't remember. Samerskill's sneaking up the board here. Yeah, look at all this. I don't know. I would love to go corner here, but again, they're gonna pick guys with traits. You got a Marius Mims. Your other quarter, you have Broderick Jones playing left tackle. You can get a Marius Mims here, And again, he doesn't have to start right away. Maybe you move him on the inside to start out. Possibly Graham Barton to have him just play on the interior. I know Broderick Jones was playing right tackle last year, so maybe you keep him there and start Graham Barton. On the other side, Nate Wiggins is a smaller corner. They got Joey Porter Jr. Man, I'm going to take Graham Barton here. Even though I love Graham Barton to Green Bay, I'm going to take, or maybe I take Jackson Powers Johnson. I'm going to take Graham Barton. He can play all 5 spots. Let's take Graham Barton. Let's not be silly about it. All right. The Miami Dolphins here need a left tackle. Sadly, we got 2 right tackles up here. Could use someone that can play on the interior. I love Jordan Morgan. Does someone want to trade up? There's really no one to trade up for. What is there? I mean, obviously, I know the Bills are going to want to trade up for a wide receiver, but I'm not trading up to the Bills for a wide receiver. A.D. Mitchell, and that's why I didn't go wide receiver here either. I don't really like any of these wide receivers right now at this pick. I'm going to take Latu. I love Jordan Morgan, and I don't think he's going to go to the Dolphins for me, sadly, but Latu, I mean, you can move on from Bradley Chubb next year if you have to with the Latu pick. Plus, with them being down, I think Latu starts, and then you just have a 3-man rotation, and Shaq Barrett can kind of sit on the side a little bit. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go. We got 10 more picks in this round, and then and we'll call it a day for today. Let's see. We've got the Eagles on the clock. Eagles fans, cut me some slack. Every time I do a mock draft, I always get ripped for the Eagles pick. I pick a defensive back. They say, no, we don't need defensive back. We need help on offensive line because we got some guys that might be retiring. Okay, I pick an offensive lineman. What are you doing? We need deep. I don't know. I think you guys could use a safety. You guys could definitely use a nickel corner. You guys could use an outside corner. I think right now it's just get the best player available. You guys are in a winning window where you're going to have to keep replenishing guys. Let's just pick the best player available, or think a couple years ahead and not just one. We can find hole fixers that want to play for a contending team in free agency right now. So, J.C. Latham, no. Amarius Mims, I mean, he's got the traits. They go after trait guys anyways and have him sit for a little bit. Jackson Powers Johnson, no thank you. I don't really see anyone that pops out to me right now. This is, no. All right, perfect. We'll get him a quarterback. I mean, I'm going to get so much hate for that. Let's do Nate Wiggins. Nate Wiggins, yes, he came in a little bit small, he came in small, but he comes up and hits. He hits a little bit, even though he's a little bit undersized, but he's fast, he's twitchy, he's got good hips, he's got good instincts. I'm gonna give them Nate Wiggins. He can play inside and outside, even though I think he's probably primarily an outside corner, but I think he's someone that can flex in a little bit. All right, let's go to the Chargers. So this is a second pick the Chargers will have because they traded back and they got Talisi Fuanga with their first pick. So they got that right tackle spot taken. Now we can go ahead and have some fun with the rest of it. Would have loved to get them literally any of those elite defensive linemen that just left. You know, the Latus and Versus and Jerzon Newtons. What if we... That'd be diabolical. Should we do that? I mean, Kool-Aid's still there. Again, one of these wide receivers, like a Lad McConkey. Because you got Josh Palmer. You got a jump ball guy / deep threat I'm not really too impressed with Quinyon Mitchell. Got some other guys. Lad McConkey might be an instant starter there. I kind of like A.D. Mitchell as well. Maybe you get an A.D. Mitchell, but what I'm really liking would be to take Amarius Mims and then move Talisi Fuwanga into right guard and have that be your right guard, right guard, right tackle combo. I think I might do it unless Bills want to come up and take a wide receiver. I think they probably do to take Brian Thomas. Let's see. Do the Bills want to come up? I'm going to say they do anyways. I think the Bills will come up for a receiver. You're not going to pay that much. You got a second-round pick for trading away Diggs, right? I don't even see it on here, but that's okay. All right, so for 28, just give me a future. Oh, so they want to play ball, huh? They don't want to give up a second, which is understandable. But the problem is you don't have a third. So how about there we go, a third plus a fifth to come trade up 5 spots, a third and a fifth round pick. I think that's very reasonable. We'll throw in that 6th too, just to do that. All right. So Los Angeles is getting some picks so Harbaugh can build his team. Perfect. Now you come up for the receiver you want. I like A.D. Mitchell a lot. I think they would love Brian Thomas Jr. here. So they get Brian Thomas Jr. picked in front of I don't know who they were picking in front of, but I like that a lot. We can go with a tackle here. I mean, obviously you can get a wide receiver. It'd be cool to get a Texas wide receiver right here. Would they like A.D. Mitchell? Would they like Xavier Worthy? I like offensive line. Do you get Amarius Mims and see if you can flip him to left tackle? Do you get Jackson Powers-Johnson and just have a stud on the interior? I'm good with any of these guys. I'm going to go with Amarius Mims. Even though everyone keeps telling me J.C. Latham's going to go early. I didn't really like J.C. Latham tape that much. I'm going with Amarius Mims. All right. So now this is going to be offensive line. There's a lot of offensive linemen here. You got J.C. Latham. You got Jackson Powers-Johnson. I would love to be Jordan Morgan. Oh, man. I'm going to let my guy Jordan Morgan get some love here. I'm going to pick Jordan Morgan at 25. I love Jordan Morgan. I think he's very, very talented. I don't really know why he's not getting much more love. So I'm going to go ahead and pick him right there. I like Kool-Aid for them. I think I've mocked them Kool-Aid multiple times before for Tampa Bay. I think Kool-Aid McKinstry is a good pick. Is there anyone else? Maybe a Jackson Powers-Johnson. Maybe a Zach Frazier. TJ Tampa. I'm going Kool-Aid. Let's do that. All right. So now, Arizona, who has already taken Marvin Harrison. They didn't move back. They took Marvin Harrison Jr. You get to pick whoever you want here. You could take Latham and move him inside if you really wanted to. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think we've already got our wide receiver. We can get another one later on in the draft. I think we should hit some of this defense. Again, you got a defensive coach. Let's find them a fun defensive player. I like Mike Sanderskill, right? Mike Sanderskill, to play that slot position, but I want to find them someone. Chop Robinson is nice. Braden Fisk. I don't want to go too far down there, but like at this point of the draft, you're just taking your guys. You could see them trading out, but is anyone trading up for any of these players? No, I don't think so. Let's get him Chop Robinson. I can see Chop Robinson going here. Let's get him Chop Robinson. All right. And then, oh, shoot. Look at that. Chargers got another pick. Okay. Oh no, that's the one they traded back. Perfect. Traded back with Buffalo. J.C. Latham is there, so we can still do what we wanted to do. We could get A.D. Mitchell, but it just would be weird for them to trade back and then get A.D. Mitchell. What do they want? People are really liking. Yeah. Yeah. I think it would have been cool to have Marius Mims. Let's go with J.C. Latham. Maybe? No, let's just. God dang it. I don't know. I think if you want a deep threat with a guy that's got a great arm, you get Troy Franklin. I like A.D. Mitchell. I like his jump ball. I think I'd go Troy Franklin here. Let's go with a Troy Franklin. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. The Lions are on the clock, and Jackson Powers Johnson is like built for them. I love Zach Frazier for them though as well. So if the Lions don't take Jackson Powers Johnson, I have a really good feeling that they're going to take Zach Frazier with that first round pick too. Someone that can play guard and center. Both of them can. Like, this is Zach Frazier. I really could see them taking Frazier. Frazier is a wrestler. I kind of regret just instantly picking Jackson Powers Johnson there. I think it should have been Zach Frazier. So I want to put that out there. Because dang, that kind of makes me a little mad. Now we got the Ravens on the clock. Take best player available. J.C. Latham's on the board. Zach Frazier. Let's go with Latham. That's a Ravens pick. J.C. Latham. I like that. And then this is where I probably would have had Jordan Morgan go here if he wasn't picked at 25. You'd take Zach Frazier, have Frazier play in that guard spot maybe, but I think they really want to tackle. Tyler Guyton can move. Tyler Guyton. There we go. Well, let me double check before I make another regrettable pick. TJ Tampa. Yeah, okay. We are going to go with Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma, and then our final pick here, got Rashee Rice. I do want to get them a wide receiver, but you got Rashee Rice. Like, this might be a Ricky Pearsall, Lab McConkey spot. I like Lab McConkey. I could see it being Ricky though. Roman Wilson. I'm gonna go Ricky Pearsall here. I think this is a little early, but I think they really are gonna really like him, and it's like get him just another stud receiver. I like that. Let's go Ricky. All right, so that is the first round. I'm not gonna go back through it, but I'll slowly scroll it so you guys can see. We made a couple trades, not that many trades, but we made a couple. Maybe we'll make a few more in tomorrow's episode as well. But that has been our time. I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. If you thought that another pick should have been made, go ahead and put that down in the comment section so we can have civil discourse about it. So again, I appreciate you guys' time. Have a great day. Peace.